Hello, everyone. Today, I'm the real Eric, and definitely 100% not a robot. We'll be playing Power Wash Simulator with you. I just sat down and I wasn't sure what I was going to stream this evening because I did a Pokemon stream earlier, and I was like, you know what? Oh, I don't know how I didn't die. I have a little bit of free time this evening. I just want to hang out with you guys. And I don't know. Something in my gut told me lose the hat for today. Don't know why. Don't know why the universe specifically said it's time to leave the hat behind today. But I can't climb that. But yeah, today no hat. It's not the first time I've ever appeared hatless on my channel, but something just compelled me today to say no to the hat. Okay, where should we start though? That's the thing. Up top, I guess. Never seen a wave like that before. Oh, you got by a wave of dirt. Yeah, rogue waves are terrifying. Being full of dirt, that's a new one though. I hear the seagulls pitching. Yeah. I am trying my best to wait a few months before, we always wait until about April-ish, May at the latest, to turn our air conditioner on. We always end up having like these final cold snaps, and it's really not hot enough to turn it on. But ooh, it's been getting warm lately, and my fat ass is gonna bake like a potato. Um, but I don't have the air conditioner in the window anymore because we have a central heating and cooling unit in this house. It's just that when they built this room, they didn't put all the insulation in the walls and the ceiling like they were supposed to. Mainly because this was a garage originally before it was a bedroom. And when they converted it, they just, for whatever reason, didn't put the stuff in there. So when it gets cold in this room, it gets super cold. When it gets hot, it gets super hot. This room can turn into an oven during the summer without the air conditioner. But I've been trying to wing it and not have to put that window unit back in. It's tacky and it's an energy suck. And I like being able to have an open window whenever I want. So I'm trying not to just be that guy that sits in front of an air conditioner even though it's only spring. Later in life, will I have to cross that bridge when climate control gets insane? Yeah. But at the moment, it's still manageable. But my streams may shift into the evenings when it's cooler. I don't know. I don't know what each day is going to bring anymore. Life got weird. Lewis is here. He's here in the trap. I couldn't be bothered to put on a hat. Oh, I was wrong. He's not here in the chat. And I will go back to talking about how hot it is outside. Actually, it's been a pretty pleasant day. I went over to the park and walked for a little while, got my steps in. That was nice. I'm not looking forward to it when it gets too hot to do that. Let me hit it from this angle. I don't know how long it'll take me to do this boat. Like at first it just doesn't seem like it's that big a boat, but once you get up here on it, you're like, okay, this is kind of a job and a half. Now my thing is, how the hell am I going to do this part? Oh. I don't even know what this is. What is this? Oh, a light. Oh, nope, I missed some stuff. I'd have been whining about that later. Where is it? Oh, Lord. Even under this little area. And that means it's going to be on this side too. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I'm kind of starting to get past the wearing a hat all the time thing. I'm kind of over it. I've been wearing a baseball cap since I first started going bald in my late 20s, early 30s. I've always worn a baseball cap. At first, it was because I was a little worried about getting sunburnt. Because I've never really cared about hiding my baldness. I'm not that kind of person. I just don't give a shit. But I've always worn a hat because, I was worried about the sun. And then it just became second nature. And then it did kind of evolve into, I felt I looked tacky without the hat, I have an egg-shaped head without the hat because of all the fat face. So it started out wholesome, caring about the sun and sunburns, and devolved into vanity and insecurity. And I've just always worn the hat. But I'm getting past the hat point. I think I'm tired of the hat. So I'm looking I went to Walmart and looked, and the only clippers they had that I wanted were like $60, and that's a ripoff. I can go to the dollar store and get a pair for less than that. They just wanted you, they came in a metal tin, so they just wanted you to buy the metal tin and the name. That's all you were paying for, was the name and the metal tin. But essentially what I want to get are clippers that I can use every day that, my dad had these when I was young. They contour, what do they call it? Is it contour the right word? To the angles of your face, and they hug your skin. So instead of like the barbershop clippers, It's just a little thing. It's got like 3 or 4 flat round blades that rotate, and you can shave your head every day. And that's what I want. I want one of those that I can buzz my head with every day that keeps my hair short, because as it is now, I have to go in there and buzz my whole head about once every 2 weeks, and it's a whole production, and it always leaves behind a big hairy mess, and I hate it. I want to be able to just keep it short every day. So I'm going to get a pair of those clippers. You want me to wear a toupee? Nah, I accepted the fact that I went bald. Again, I never really tried to hide it. The hat wasn't an insecurity because I was bald thing. It was more an insecurity over my head shape thing. But I'm tired. I can't be fucked. Like I'm over it. I'm sick of wearing hats all the time. I will go back to wearing a hat for stream tomorrow, but like today, in this particular moment, at this particular time, I just couldn't be fucked to put on a hat today. I wanted to sit here and be cool because it's very hot in this room. Very hot. Well, I mean, yeah, if you want to do it as a gaff, I can do it as a joke, but like, you're paying for it because I just don't have any money. There's dirt hiding down here. Yeah. And like I said earlier, it's not like I've never done a bald stream before. I've done a bald stream on rare occasion when I can't be bothered. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Is, th- is this whole thing dirty too? You know what? Hang on. I'm just going to take this stupid fucking dot off. Hang on. Let me clean my keyboard real quick. I should have done this the other day. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. There. Now the stupid thing will stop sliding around. So what are you fellers up to this evening? I'm assuming you're gonna play something. You've probably gotten home, eaten dinner, and now it's like chill time. Damn it. Lord Jesus, this is gonna be a big ass job. Oh, there's a new Majora's Mask episode up, by the way. I would have done another one today, but I've just been so tired. So, and Majora takes all of it takes full mental energy and effort. So I didn't do it today. The fuck was that? Can't get used to the green after it being orange for so long. His trip. I think if tomorrow goes swimmingly and I don't have a repeat of today where I'm very low energy, I may do both Majora's Mask tomorrow and the missing Patreon stream from the 10th. Because that needs to be done too. Yeah, I woke up this morning. It's my own fault. I always have my phone on silent, but lately I'm like, what if there's an emergency? So lately I've been leaving it, leaving the ringer on just in case. And some fucker called me this morning wanting to speak to Tab at the. You have the wrong. I didn't even tell him they had the wrong number. I still had the CPAP mask on. I could barely get out of hello. He said he was looking for Tabitha, and I just hung up on his ass. I know you're not supposed to do that, and it's incredibly rude because then they don't know they're calling the wrong number. But fuck, I just didn't care. That bitch woke me up hours before I was ready to be up. And I thought I was going to stay up too. I got up, had a full cup of coffee, sat down at my computer to work, and I was like, no, I'm going to be sick. I'm so fatigued. I'm going to be sick, like physically ill. Because that's the way it is with the sleep apnea. If I don't get enough sleep and I get woken up early, it's not like it was when I was younger where I could just, get a couple of hours and be good. I'm not a teenager anymore. I'm 41-year-old morbidly obese person with a ton of comorbidities and sleep apnea, severe, extreme, severe, crippling sleep apnea. And if I don't get just the right amount of sleep, I can't function. And it goes beyond fatigue. Like I get dizzy, like I'm going to pass out, feel like I'm going to throw up. Can't hold my eyes open. Like staying up a week worth of fatigue. It's bad. It's real bad. So I had to be very careful about getting the sleep that I need, or else it'll make me real sick. I do feel like it's a Truman Show thing, though, going on here with my family. I've been suspicious about this for a while because, like, my whole plan for like a week was to work on some of the junk food we had here. Even though I've been like eating a little bit healthy, I've been eating my salads, I've been getting my steps in and exercising. And I thought, okay, we're going to do some fasting starting Monday. Come Monday, they get in there and make a big ass meal. They come toting me junk food. And it's just like, it's gone beyond enabling at this point to downright malicious, where people are knocking on my door trying to hand me food. And I don't know what to do about it. I feel like at this point I'm going to die living in this house. And I'm over it. Honestly, I'm really over it. I think a lot of it's just because it's food. People don't look at food that way. People don't think it's an issue. They're like, well, if you were on crack or meth, I could understand it. It's just as bad. I promise. Still gonna die early. You're gonna die early. But that was my frustration today. Tired, low energy. Couldn't really play the games on stream I wanted to play. It's hot in here. I don't feel good. I ate like shit today. Like I had 2 plates. I had a plate for dinner. Granted, I did OMAD today at least. Like I didn't eat until dinner, and then I haven't eaten since dinner. So at least there's that. I didn't I didn't. At least I didn't. I didn't like. I didn't binge or anything today. I ate normal, but I did have a second plate, and I wish I didn't. I didn't finish my second plate though, but still, my fat ass just had to have a second plate. I hate my life. You can't talk about this shit on YouTube anymore either without being demonetized. Well, joke's on you, fuckers. I'm not monetized. That's starting to get on my fucking nerves. That's been getting on my nerves for a while that you can't do or say anything on YouTube anymore. You guys know me. I'll talk about whatever I goddamn well please. You just got to delete my channel. If you do that, I'll see you in court. You can't sue them. It's their platform. You're not following TOS. Actually, I can. Because they change their TOS like once a fucking week. Well, it's their platform. It's their prerogative. They could change it 12 times a day if they want. Actually, they can't. I mean, they can. And they have the lawyers and the money to probably win that argument, but I would still try it in court and try to set precedent. These companies just get away with fucking murder, man. Like, I would argue in court, how am I supposed to follow terms of service on a platform I work on every day? You know, it's my job. I get up and do this every day, and I get paid for doing this. Even if it's just pennies on the dollar, it's still getting paid. So one could argue this is a job. How am I supposed to follow the rules of my job if it's changing every day, every week, constantly, nonstop changes? YouTube is also prone to making a rule, walking it back, then remaking that rule a second time, then walking it back, then making it a third time. They've done that. They've done that shit. One week it's okay to talk about something. The next week they're banning channels and demonetizing everybody. And then the following week they get shit for it. So they walk it back and say, well, we changed our mind. I guess you can talk about. YouTube is the fucking worst. Well, I take that back. Twitch is worse about it than YouTube is. YouTube's just a bigger platform than Twitch. No. I hear a kitty kitty. That's what I'm looking for. I knew there was going to be some on the chain, but I wasn't sure how bad it was going to be. Oh, oh. We all went from a chatty bunch to being dead quiet. What happened? Tyler left, didn't he? Do I have to do the outside of the boat? Also, is there water? Okay, no. They drained it so I can do the boat. Yeah, it's been pulled up on ropes. Okay. Can't really do anything. Arr, arr. What? That is a weird text. I think somebody might have pocket typed. That's my phone in the desert. I need to get a new one. Danger, propane, no smoke. We had one of these kind of propane tanks when I was a little kid before we moved into this house. We used to live in a trailer park. We had one of those. Look, it's the kitties. Oh my God, look at all the cats. Look at them all over the place. Um, uh, um, uh, okay. Can't reach them. That's a lot of cats. A Muckingham. Maintenance services. Well, there's our ladder. Wait, can I use that? Hey, look, water. That's really pretty. There's a cat sitting on that dock over there. Yep, there's one. There's just cats everywhere. And I still don't get the cat thing, but are they sitting on the beach? Hmm. You know, I gotta look around and be nosy. Oh, look, there's a little boat washed up out there. That is not what I wanted to do, bitch. Fine, fuck it. It won't let me look at that. Back to the grind. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't mind going out on a boat like this as long as we go out on a calm day and don't go too far. You're not getting me out in the middle of the ocean where I don't know where I am. Like, I need to be able to see land for me to be okay. Like, when we go to Iceland in a few years, I'm about to take something for nerves before I get on that plane. My stomach actually doesn't feel good from that food I ate. We had meatloaf and fried okra, and oh, that feel good. It ain't sitting well on my stomach. Probably because I had 2 heaping goddamn helpings. Because I'm trash. You guys left me in chat. I'm here by myself, talking to myself. That's chaos, dude. This boat was so filthy, they had to pull it up out of the water, hoist it up into the air to clean this bad boy. They were like, we want you on your hands and knees on the bottom, rubbing this bad boy. What do they do with boats when they're decommissioned? Do they break them down for the parts, or do they just burn them up somewhere? Do they blow them up? What happens to boats? Because most boats are going to be like wood pieces. There's a lot of wood. I don't know what else they make boats out of. But what is this like plasticky material? I don't know anything about boats. You can tell I don't know jack shit about boats. What do they do when they decommission a boat? Do they just sink it? Is that tradition? Just to sink the boat? Because then the oceans would just be full of litter. That can't be right. What do they do? Let's ask. Let's ask Google. Hey Google. Actually, let me see if I phone will do that. Hey Google. What do they do with decommissioned boats?
Decommissioned boats are usually scrapped, recycled, or repurposed, depending on their size and material. Common disposal methods: shipbreaking. Large vessels are sent to specialized yards where they are dismantled. Metals like steel and copper are salvaged, while hazardous materials, asbestos, oils, fuel, are removed and disposed of according to environmental laws. Artificial reefs.
Okay, that's about what I thought. Yeah. So my brain was combining two things I've heard before in the past. Most ships are taken somewhere to a salvage yard and they're stripped and broken down. Parts that are still usable are used for other boats. The naked hull, once it's been stripped for like toxic parts, will sometimes be sunk somewhere on purpose to create an artificial reef. Yeah. About what I thought. Probably depends on the area, probably depends on the country, who owns it, the company. It probably depends on a lot of different factors, but ultimately, that's the kind of the two things I've always heard what they do with boats. Unless you're Theseus. I finally remembered his damn name without having to Google it. Remember back when I was having a lot of memory issues and I still am, but it was real bad there for a while, a few years ago. I couldn't remember anything. I also was thinking about this the other day. Remember all those sleepy ass streams? I did years of like just sitting here doped up, kind of looking, like I'm dead on 20 fucking milligrams of antidepressants. Just, mm-mm. Not that I'm doing too much better now with that, but I've been taking 10 instead of 20s. The 20 just wasn't working. I think it was too much. But now I have so many like stoned streams under my belt because of it. chirp, 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 chirp. Seagulls everywhere. Mm-hmm. 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 Emergency life buoy. I don't know why my brain was like emergency lube. Make sure I get the bottom of this door. Oh, that reads cabin. For some reason, I thought that said Cuba at first. Oh, is that where we are now? We're in Cuba? Pretty sure it said Muckingham, wherever the fuck that is. I think we said this was supposed to be like Europe. Didn't we find something earlier in one of the stages that made us think Europe? I don't remember what it was. Oh, I wish I brought my water. Nope, empty. Empty. I drank it all. Oh, we've been doing these Kick streams pretty regularly now for a week or two. What do you guys think about Kick? More or less, it's turning out to be the same as Twitch. Fucking no new people have joined. I'm just sitting here talking to myself like a lunatic. Like a lunatic. I'm so lonely. Nobody will watch me play video games. I ain't pretty enough or funny enough or interesting enough. But if I were playing fucking Fortnite, people would be over here throwing money at me like I'm a stripper. I will never. No, it's 100% a spite issue. I will never. You will never ever see Fortnite played on this, on my Kick, my Twitch, my YouTube. Nothing. No, fucking banned, hardcore banned, perma banned. That game can fuck off, fuck right off, fuck all the way off. People could be hanging out over here with me, bringing up stuff for us to talk about. We could be having a good old time, but no. They gotta get on Twitch and whatnot, watch fucking Fortnite. Yeah, I'm salty as fuck about it. What you gonna do? Extremely salty about it. Now I'm here by myself arguing with myself. I'm arguing with hypothetical people that don't even exist. I've read enough comment sections on YouTube, though, to know exactly what people are going to say. I fell. I fell down. Fuck, God damn, I'm tired today. Jesus Christ. Like, I ain't been this tired in a long time. That fucking phone really mussed me up. Jesus. It'll be on silent from now on, I promise you that. Goddamn Tabitha. It's all your fault, Tabitha. You bitch. Whoever you are. Old ass name. How? 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 How have I missed this many spots? Lord help me, Jesus. Okay. Okay. No, okay. Swab the boot. Why they call it that? They had to know what they were doing. Machine. Hooray! We got one big area to ding. I went when I left from walking earlier, left the walking track to come home. I went by Walmart because, like I said, I wanted to look into the trimmer clipper things, and then I bought this little T-Rex plushie. I guess it's like a keychain plushie. Um, let me see. A little Jurassic World T-Rex. I'm trying not to buy stuff, but I couldn't help it. I couldn't help myself. I have a problem. Yeah, I should have brought a water over here. I'm so tired. We'll probably just do an hour of this and then I'm gonna bounce because I'm tired of shit, yo. I just want to go lay down and chill for the rest of the night. It's funny because I do more now with my streaming than I've ever done before. Because if you go back and look at the very beginning of my YouTube channel, when I first started doing this 9 years ago, my episodes could be anywhere from 20 minutes apiece to 40 minutes apiece. I was doing pre-recorded content, just the videos. I wasn't streaming yet. And I'd sit down and record those and felt like I'd really done something that day. You know what I mean? Now I'll sit down and do a stream and I'll feel like I didn't do enough. And I'll end up doing multiple streams in one day and still feeling like I should have done more. The problem with my streaming these days, well, there's a lot of problem with my streams these days, but one of the more glaring issues is the fact that I play like 12 games at once and I shouldn't do that. because it gets to feeling a little bit overwhelming where I feel a little bit pressured to play certain stuff. So I don't know. Have you heard of freak waves? They can just appear out of nowhere. Yeah, they're rogue. They're called rogue waves. Well, I mean, there's science behind rogue waves. I mean, the only reason that we have waves to begin with is because of a couple of factors: the moon, which controls our tides, and two, the planet is spinning. Gravity. If we were sitting completely still, the water might actually not move. But physics are gonna physics. And just like with any container of water, every now and then you're just gonna have one random hair up its ass wave that's gonna go like bloop, make a noise, or be bigger than another wave, or it's a statistical thing. Now, I couldn't tell you the particulars. I'm not a mathematician or a scientist, but I get it as much as any layperson can get it. It's like what? Fill up your bathtub full of water and then put a little motorized fin in it and create perpetual waves in your tub and just watch them for hours. Eventually, you're going to have a rogue ripple of wave in your tub. You could do it with a bowl of water. You could do it with a fish tank. You can literally do it with any container of moving water. You're going to get a random little bloop of energy from time to time that's an anomaly compared to the rest of the water waves. One of the reasons I don't like going out on the ocean, because like we have modern technology, we can kind of predict weather even out on the ocean. It's still not 100%, but like we're not going to willingly just enter into a hurricane, for example. So we do better, here in the 21st century than we ever have with sailing the seas. I can't think of what it's called. My brain keeps thinking aviation, but that's flying. What's the water equivalent of aviation? The word aviation? Nautical something or another. I don't know, marine something or another, whatever the fuck. We do better today with the technology that we have, GPS and all that kind of good stuff, live weather maps anywhere on Earth. But here's the thing. Sometimes even your equipment is not going to read like a spawn up storm under the right conditions. It's going to pop up faster than your equipment can like predict for it, and you're going to get caught in a storm. It's inevitable. It happens. And that's what terrifies me about going out on boats. Like with an airplane, you can literally fly above the storm and be okay to get to your next destination. And if for whatever reason you can't land at your airport, you have enough fuel to be rerouted somewhere else. They account for that when they fly. With boats, on the other hand, it's not quite that simple. You can't just say, oh, there's a storm in this port, let me go over here. Well, I guess, yeah, you could. But then you're looking at a lot of fucking time on your hand, like either waiting out the storm to get to port or finding another port. It's a whole thing. I just don't like it. I don't like going on a boat as much as I do just flying to get somewhere. Granted, I've done neither. The boat is still terrifying beyond reason. Which, not to say I won't get on a boat, because going on a cruise is still like a life experience that I want before I die. It is a bucket list thing for me. I would just be happy with one cruise. That's all I want. Just one little old cruise, just for the experience, so I can say I did it, know what it's like to be there in person. I just want to do it once because I'm not a cruise guy. I can do without the cruises. I like the ocean, but I don't like the ocean. You know what I mean? it's scary enough. Okay. Lord Jeebus. Wait, if I can reach that easily on this side, why can't I do it for this side? Oh, I can. Okay. Oh, I can't believe I left this stairwell this messy. I'm messy. You know what? I bet it's going to be hella fun trying to get the bottom of this thing. Jesus. Got it. Again, it's these tiny little areas that you missed. It's such a pain. Right in your dick. Maybe I should just go ahead and do the whole deck. Don't worry about all the sides and stuff after the fact. I don't know. 'Cause I always do it piecemeal. Yeah, I think I'm going to focus on the floor for now, or the deck, or whatever you want to call it. I haven't forgotten about how crazy that statue was that we did. Finish it up, and all of a sudden it goes shooting a laser, an energy beam, whatever. Well, it's the same thing. That was crazy, man. Crazy. Then the giant hand of the desert. I was watching this documentary yesterday. I think it was yesterday on North Korea. I've watched plenty of documentaries on North Korea over the years, but I did not know Kim Jong Un. Is that his name? The current one. I didn't know this, but he went to school in Europe. Uh, was it Switzerland? I think before coming back home and taking over the role as dictator. You know, it's funny to me. Everybody, especially the 1950s United States, shits all over communism, socialism, without knowing really how great they can be, but how fucked up they are at the same time. Like when Karl Marx wrote everything that he wrote and designed the systems that he designed, he did so with the best intentions, I believe. Of course, at the same time, he should have known that how humans are going to twist everything. Because on the surface, like on the very fundamental surface level, you think, okay, well, that seems like it might work. Everybody working together, you know, for one single cause of like the betterment of mankind and society. That sounds great. Again, in theory. No king, no dictator, none of that stuff. No one central leader, just the people all working together and pitching in. Seems like it should work. It doesn't. But on paper, you would think it would. But these countries have abused everything that Karl Marx tried to put, you know, pin down. They've bastardized all of it. What's funny to me is that people like America and her allies were so vehemently against communism and whatnot back in the day, not wanting to admit that their system and the way they were doing things was just as fucked up. Not wanting to admit that it could be fucked up, that it might collapse someday. Granted, people were doing a little bit better back then than they are today, as far as like you could work a reasonable job and provide for an entire family. You can't really do that anymore. Nowadays, you have to jump through so many hoops to get about the same pay that you would have gotten back then. Adjusted for inflation, of course. But you know what I mean. And like we're riddled with problems. But yeah, everybody still walks around acting like their shit don't stink. Like capitalism is just the be all end all. It's not. If anything, right now, the irony about the reality in which we all live is that if we reverse the two, we might actually be doing pretty good. Take places like North Korea and make them a capitalist society, then take places like America and Europe and turn them into communist societies. Let them stew in their bullshit for a little while and see how that works out for everybody. What I would do. Exactly what I would do. That's why I'm not in charge of anything. I'm insane. I'm stuck. How the fuck have I not dinged this yet? How are you still filthy? Oh. Yeah, that'll do it. There it is. Does that count for the base too, though? Well, how is the base still filthy? Did it ding earlier and I just didn't notice? Must have. This fucker won't ding either, even though there's not a piece of dirt left anywhere on it. You bitch. You know, at least he made it back to port. He may have encountered a rogue wave that hit him pretty hard, but at least they didn't capsize and drown. At least there's that, as Butters would say. God damn it. I keep falling off this bitch. Why could I not get back up there for a minute? No. God damn it. This is why I fucking need a controller. All right, now from this angle. Now I'm sitting here thinking of that game we tried out chain together. I wouldn't call that a video game. I would call that a rage bait simulator. I do not think that's an actual video game whatsoever. Especially without checkpoints. Nah, I'm good. Maybe if we could mod it to add checkpoints in, Tyler and I might think about finishing it. You know, I might check and see if there are mods for games like Peak or whatever that let you keep your progress, because it's asking too much. I like those, like I love Lethal Company, I like Peak, I like those games, but the fact that we have to start over from scratch if we die, This ain't 1985. It's asking too much. It's simply just asking too much. I would even accept it if it was once per play session. Like maybe if we turn the game off and back on again, we start from scratch. That I would accept. But like in a single play session, like let's say we're streaming it or whatever, nah, it's too much. The areas are too difficult to get through the first time, let alone having to redo them 2 or 3 times just to get back to where you were now. No, no, that's dumb. I'm not doing that. And we did a stream the other day where Tyler and I played Lethal Company and Peak, and we got the same results that we always do. Failure. So, I am thinking highly about scrapping those games from my lineup altogether and just focusing on games that have an actual progression to them. Because those games are just rage bait simulators. They're designed to be streamer games. They're designed for you to just play with like 2 or 3 friends or more and scream and rage on stream and get chat to laugh and cut up and donate, and like that's not a video game. That's clickbait simulator basically. Okay. Well, the entire deck up here is clean. There's probably a few little nooks and crannies I'll have to go back over, but it's mostly done. Which, if I weren't so tired, we probably could do this all in about 2 hours. But I'm thinking we come back in and finish this up next time. Work on the hull. All right, where's the dirt? Where is it? Where is she? There has to be something somewhere. This hasn't dinged yet. Where's the dirt? We'll get it later. God damn it, stop. I need a controller instead of keyboard bullshit. Okay. Well, what I need is a ladder, but I don't think they gave me a ladder because of this. Because I don't see my van's way over there. Yeah, they didn't give me a ladder this time. Oh, I'm so tired, you guys. Whoa. Yeah, like how am I supposed to get that part? Can I just, will this way work? I don't know if this way works. I guess so. We found a way. Annoying, but aha, I can stand on this. Lord. Ah! Why? The pelican. I'm so far away from it. Well, I mean, it's getting it off of there. It's not perfect, but it's getting it done. Lord. Surprisingly, you're getting it done. Oh my god. That's the worst part of any of this game is when you click the hint button to look at what you've done and there's just a million little specks. Let me see if I can jump on top of this doohickey like I did over on the other side. Look, bitch, you did it on the other side. No, why? Why you fall? I hate you. Stand there. We have a railing to. There you go. See? Now I actually need to get back up top. Up, up. I saw dirt. God damn it. There's still dirt here? How and why? No, that's bullshit. We did all this already. I thoroughly watched this bitch earlier. Hell no. You are full of shit. Okay, I'm burning up. It's 100 degrees in here. My ass hurts. It's hot under these lights, too. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I know I didn't miss all these spots earlier. We were up here using the hint system, right? We ducked, we cleaned under all of this. I call shenanigans. Who else wants a piece? Who else wants to glow gray? Who else wants to lie about there being not having been cleaned? Anybody else? I've never heard a seagull go that long before. Something must be wrong with him. Oh, somebody's using the sander. I hear it. Bunker is loud, let me tell you. Okay. I think that more or less leaves just the underbelly of this bitch, which we will get to next time because I'm sweating. Yeah. All right. That's going to do it for me for today. See you folks.